on the beat here at the Flying Saucer Club, and what a thrill! We've got Jam the Funk joining with us. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Now let's get a rundown of who we've got here. We've got Nikki Nichols, of course. We know you from John Farn, and we know you from Colleen Minogue. Thanks for joining us.
That's all right.
We've got Eric McCusker from Mondo Rock, iconic Australian band, and a singer, songwriter, and musician. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you. And Paula Reed from Vanessa Amorossi's not here, but she's a part of the band.
Yeah.
And then we've got John Grant from the Eurogliders. Where's John? G'day, John.
JG.
He's just here to look good.
He's a quiet achiever.
He's a quiet achiever. He looks as cool as ice. Say something.
Say something.
Grunt.
That's it. No,
That's it.
He
No,
says
that
so much.
he does it telepathically, don't worry.
Danny Simkis from Real Life. Hello, Danny. How are you, mate?
Excellent,
and
thank
of
you.
course, Rick. I'm going to say it, Petropoulos.
No.
No.
Very good no, you got that Greek accent down.
I went to Salesian College, you know, it was like Joe Camillo and all these names. Hey, listen, there was Rick and Eric, you two put this whole concept together. Tell me how it first originated. Staying with you, please, Eric.
We were just at a gig, an Alex Formosa gig, and we were both just talking and saying, "Oh, gee, I'd love to be in a funk band and play a little Nile Rodgers stuff and play bass." And I said, "Well, yeah, let's do it." And he said, "I want to do that too," so we just did it.
So what do? Just pick up the phone and ring up some of the most talented musicians in Australia and say, let's put together a super
Too
group.
easy, yeah.
Exactly.
And let's
Put
jam
the
the funk.
feelers out. We put the feelers out.
And how long you guys been together for?
2 years now.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're coming up to the JTF birthday, 2-year birthday.
Okay.
coming up.
Wow.
Wow, it's been...
Time goes fast.
And the type of gigs that you're doing, I mean, downstairs here at the Flying Saucer Club, it's how do we put it? It's an older crowd.
Yeah.
Cool
crowd, a
cool
well-dressed
cool
older crowd, yeah.
Do you find that they're really guarded when they come in and then halfway through it they hear this music and they've just got to go?
No, they're on from
They know what
the
they're
word
in
go.
for.
They know what they're in for, do
Yeah.
they?
We always send our messages out on Facebook and say, come and get funked.
Yeah.
Let us funk you.
Let us funk you. In the best possible way.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I love it. Okay. When it comes to the music you're playing, give us a rundown of some of the artists that we're going to hear that you guys perform. Songs.
Well, we're doing there are originals in the band as well, like Nicky's and Eric's, but yeah, and there'll be
Chaka Khan.
Yeah, that's what.
Chaka
Yeah,
Khan and Sly and the
Commodores.
Family Stone.
Stevie Wonder.
Earth, Wind and Fire.
Earth, Wind and Fire, yeah.
Brothers Johnson.
Some recent stuff we did,
Yeah.
Mark Ronson, Aston.
Yeah, Marigold.
Marigold.
Marigold, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we can't wait to go down. We know you're just about to go on stage, and we know that your time's valuable. Thank you so much for sharing on the couch with us here at Vineyard Sessions, and let's have a great gig.
See you in the vineyard.
Jam the funk!
Whoa.
And Jam the Funk certainly had the Flying Saucer Club funking with some of the most memorable hits of the 70s and 80s, plus a few of their own originals. The Flying Saucer Club is located at the Elsternwick RSL and presents over 100 shows a year featuring top international and Australian artists. What a great venue with awesome sound, staging and restaurant facilities. Check out their website for up-and-coming gigs. We're on the beat here, and joining us we've got Mark Burchett from the Flying Saucer Club. Thanks for joining us, Mark.
No problems, Tony.
Now, this guy's got a lot of experience in the industry. He goes way back into the 80s as a band manager. Tell us about the early 80s and how it differs from today. There was a lot of gigs going around those days,
Yeah,
Mark.
there was. The live scene was really pumping back then, and there was. There probably wasn't that many more actual venues, but they were running. A lot of them were running 6-7 nights a week, which doesn't really happen these days. And there was a lot more happening in the suburbs then than what there is now. Now it's all more based in the inner city area.
And there was more, I assume that in those days you get more capacity at a venue than what you can today. Has that changed?
I think there's probably been a tendency to go to smaller rooms because it's hard. The bigger rooms are harder to fill. I mean, there's just not that. There's not that many bands out there that kind of fill rooms like they used to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were mentioning before you work with premier artists. That would have been a good experience dealing with international artists coming over?
Yeah, I worked there for 17.5 years, and yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
I learned a lot in there.
Good stories that you can't share with?
Definitely ones I can't share with.
Can't share with it?
But yeah, it was some fun times had, although I probably ended up staying there a bit longer than I perhaps should have, but
Okay.
But it was good.
Congratulations on what you've been able to achieve in the Flying Saucer Club. You've only been here, what, 3 years, 4 years?
Just on 3 years. Yeah.
Gee, you've got some good bands coming through. Tell me about how you got involved here, because you came from the Carnival Club in Oakley and branched out.
The Caravan Club.
Caravan Club.
After I left Premier, I kind of eventually got involved with the Caravan Club with Peter Foley, who had established that, and I sort of saw what he was doing, could see the potential of it, and kind of helped him build that up and put that on the map. And out of that Caravan Club was born the Flying Saucer Club. The Caulfield RSL, where we're based, sort of saw what we were doing out there and approached us, and we negotiated a deal to set up something similar here, and it's essentially the same model, and it's definitely targets an older audience, and our sort of point of difference is the seats we sell the seats at a premium, and the punters seem to like that.
How many shows have you got on here a year approximately? Because you've got a lot of good shows.
We've been averaging around between 130 and 140 a year.
That's a lot, yeah.
So we sort of generally run, pretty much every Friday, Saturday, quite a few Sunday arvos and the odd Thursday.
And why do you think this venue here at the Flying Saucer Club has been so successful? Apart from your expertise, of course, and your PA, Teresa, why do you think it's been so successful? Because it is very well respected.
I think that, like I say, Peter Foley really struck on a kind of a model that worked, and there's a real need for a venue with seats that that targets an older crowd that want don't want to stand up in sticky carpet pubs anymore. Also, there was a dearth of venues south of the river.
Yes.
And also, I mean, the RSL here have been very supportive, and the manager here actually really gets what we do, which is rare for having dealt with a lot of pub owners and venue operators over the years. A lot of them just don't understand it, but he sort of does get it more than most.
And the demographic you're talking about as well, it's good they can sit down and have a meal before the show, which I think is just so beneficial to the whole feel of coming to see someone perform.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely were, when we opened this, we sort of thought of the whole, the old Continental Cafe, which was sort of the premium dinner and show venue in Melbourne throughout the 90s and beyond, and it closed down quite a while ago.
Yep.
And while we don't actually do dinner and show exactly, it's sort of a similar kind of thing. And there was a hole in the market.
Sure.
That wasn't being filled.
Well, the concerts or the shows that I've seen here, the crowd have been really, really good, and I love the actual venue itself. It's just nice and social. It's easy to get to. There's good parking at the back. What can the public expect between now and Christmas? This must be a busy time of year for you.
Yeah, no, we've got quite a few shows coming up over the next couple of months. I guess some of the highlights are things like we've got Cooking on Three Burners with Tex Perkins guesting. They've just released a new album, which will be pretty popular, I think. Russell Morris on Cup Eve is always a successful gig for us, we've found. I've got 2 nights of the Models coming up in December, one night playing Local and or General, the second album, and the next night they're going to play The Pleasure of Your Company, the third album, which will be something they've never done before, which will be really good.
Fantastic. How hands-on are you with the performers or the artists when they actually roll up here?
Not as Teresa, my trusty PA, is the one that's probably usually more hands-on with the bands when on the show nights. I mean, I do all the booking and all that stuff, but but when it comes to the nights, I couldn't sort of be here all night and work in the office all day.
Sure. Mark, thanks for making your time available. You're doing a fantastic job. The public out there love what you're doing, all the different bands that you're bringing in, all the different shows. It's a real delight. So on the beat here with Mark Burchett from the Flying Saucer Club. Thanks for joining us, Mark.
Thanks, Tony.